Hi there, everybody. How are you? Hope you're doing well today. It is Friday Eve, Thursday. Can't believe it. While we're waiting on folks to join, I'll do the obligatories. Go to coopedup.com to sign up for my email updates and just check out what I post there. If you're on other platforms, I'm Cooped Up is my handle on those places. I'm on Clubhouse also, but I'm not sure what my handle is there. I'm not sure that I followed my own branding guidelines. Wherever you are, click the bell and you can see to be notified when I go live. And send me a text, 214-949-8599. That is not my real phone number, by the way. That is a service that I use to manage like text blasts and things like that. So you won't be in a big group, just us goyles talking to each other. And actually, if you text hot tip to that same number, 214-949-8599, I will send you out hot tips on COVID vaccine in Texas. How about that? So that is my new mission in life. Hey, Mama, good to see you. Hey, Beth. Nice hair. I know, I got a haircut. Look at that. I got a haircut today. I got a haircut today. Did not get colored. She was not able to get me in for color. So I'm going to do that on, I think, April the 2nd, I think is when, or April 9th. That's how long I have to wait for this ship. But it'll come. It'll be here soon enough. Monica's like, his real number is, half of y'all actually know my real number anyway. So anyway, I was mentioning, so my day has been spent, so this week I have been working my tuchus off at work. Like I just had a big project and I always joke that my hustle muscle sprained about a couple years ago. It was in full force this week. But so I think I'm done mostly with the project I was working on and got a haircut today. And then I am resuming my vaccine hunter title. Vaccine angel, vaccine queen, vaccine pimp, vaccine bully, whatever you want to call me. Depends on who you are and how you're receptive to me advocating that you get the vaccine. But by my last tally, almost 24 people made appointments to get vaccinated based on tips that I sent them, them reporting back to me saying, yes, I got it. So it's probably more than that. So not to pat myself on the back, but yeah, here we go. I just like it. I like it's like a hunt, like figuring out. I don't know why I'm doing a typewriter thing about the computer. Just finding it, sending it, knowing that I'm helping people. It's a way that I can help right now when there's not much else I can do, especially in this crazy ass state that we're in. But I'm going to tell you something that happened today that I was like, really? Someone gave me some sass. They gave me some sass. They were like, it was to the effect of that I'm helping people who shouldn't be getting it, or they're skipping the line, or that it's discriminating against people who are less tech savvy. Like I'm helping people who are more tech savvy get in there and all that stuff. And I'm like, bitch. It's like if they were so fucking tech savvy, they wouldn't need me. They would already have a shot in their arm. So do not come for me. This is where the real housewife comes out real fast in me. There's not many. I am a very calm natured person. I rarely yell other than at my children. And and it actually freaks people out when I yell at them other than my kids. It doesn't face them. But once my switch is flipped, it is on. But that is condescension is one of those things. And then just stupidity, like that just irritates me. And I'm not going to name who it is. And it's not someone who watches here. It's someone who saw something else. But the thing about it that drives me nuts is I'm not, as I put on Facebook earlier and on Instagram earlier, I'm not making the call about whether people are worthy of it or whether they qualify for it or anything like that. I'm just telling you how to get it, like where to get it. And I'm not even telling you how to get it. I'm telling you where and what time to be there. That's it. Not even that. I'm telling you how to find out where and what time to be there. So I'm making it sound a lot less magnificent than I had built it up in my mind at this point. I am helping people, damn it, but I'm not really. But you know that that 24 number, almost all of them were before noon, and about half of them were before 8 a.m. this morning. I woke up. My new thing is I'll wake up at around 6 o'clock in the morning and grab my iPad. And just like I would read my Wall Street Journal or whatever, I go to the vaccine websites and I'm like, what's available? Between like 5:30 and 6:30 is the golden time. They are loading all of those things up. Sarah, I love you. And as soon as you get vaccinated, I want to kiss you and lick you because that sounded dirtier than I meant it. Because you just called me skinny. Thank you. Um, I am showing them the way. Come, come, as long as it's not to the Heaviside Layer. That is a nerdy musical theater joke, by the way. If you got that joke, you are a nerd. Um, the Anyway, but most of them are early in the morning. And my neighbor Velma next door, she texted this morning and was like, "Hey, do you? I heard I saw on your Facebook that you have leads on this. How do you do it?" Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "Go here now, 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 now." They have it. And so just down in Red Oak, which is a suburb just south of Dallas, um, her husband has an appointment on Monday for it. So anyway, but you have to look early, but you also have to look often. So here's another thing that happened today. So obviously HEB is getting the Johnson and Johnson, the one that just got approved on Saturday. HEB is starting to get it because they at around 11 o'clock, I was just like, get my mind off of everything and was just doing this most of the day today. At around 11 o'clock today, all of a sudden HEBs went with tons of appointments, and they were all Johnson and Johnson. And therefore, I think Saturday is the first day they're doing them. And Johnson Johnson's the one shot. It's not as effective in the results, like 66% effective versus 95. But if you're afraid of shots, or if you just want to do it once, I guess it's better than nothing. I'll stick to the 95%. But I was like, they are. Obviously, the Johnson and Johnson is starting to show up, and CVS changed their system this morning. Yesterday, it was not like this. It is now. They even let you tell what vaccine you want, and I think you even get to pick which one you want. HEB lets you pick it too, but I think that you get to pick which one, or you get to choose whether you want to go or not because they let you know which one it is. Judy, Judy's watching. I was meaning to tell you, like, keep an eye on it, like a lot, because they're popping up. Usually on the HEB one, if it says a few slots are available, there's not going to be anything. But if there's an absolute number, if it's like 6 slots available or 7 slots available, go for it. It almost always works in that case. But here's the funny thing is that I misspelled a word on my notes. Some places they can't give it away. If you go on CVS's or Walmart's, or I'm checking mostly CVS, Walmart, and HEB. If you go to any of those sites, Lubbock, you can get an appointment right now in Lubbock for a vaccine shot. I kid you not. Odessa, Borger, Texas, which I think is just north of Lubbock, so in the country, Texarkana, Atlanta, Texas, and somewhere else, like Port Aransas or something. Like all these like really, really kind of rural, super conservative places. They have San Angelo, Midland, Odessa. Although Midland sometimes is up, and Odessa is always on the list of availability. Lubbock is always, and Amarillo, that's always on the list too. They're always open. And College Station has a lot of openings too. And College Station, I think from here is only like 2.5 hours. So that actually might be closer than some places. Port Arthur, is Phyllis is saying, is Port Arthur, yes. Not Port Aransas, Port Arthur, yes. Monica's saying, with your new cut, we do look kind of alike. If someone told Monica that they are following me, it's one of her friends, and that we look like twins and all of that. So Saint Coop, I wouldn't go that far, Michelle. I don't need to be sainted. Plus, I'm not Catholic anymore. So let's see. And Jeff is saying he looks at early at the vac sites too. Sign up for all of the public sites too. Like get on all of the lists. Rockwall is like rocking it. So look up Rockwall, and they literally, if you were on their list, sorry, I just tripped on the carpet below me and I'm gonna fall down. I'm standing at my desk right now. If you do theirs, they just do a blast. There's no order to it at all. So that's interesting to me. And then I was told today that, I don't know if it's in Dallas County or wherever, but it's in Dallas for sure. I don't know if it's county or city or what. I think it was Dallas County, that at a lot of the vaccine sites, when they get to the end of the day and they still have vaccines left and there's no one to take them, they're literally sending the fire department out to the street nearest the vaccine center and just stopping cars and saying, do you want the vaccine? We got it. And then I was thinking, when the story was told to me, I had in my mind that they were literally just grabbing people's arms and stabbing them in their cars or blow darts or something. It's less exciting than that. But that's right place at right time. They're walking out into the street saying, hey, do you want the vaccine? If you do, pull on in there, right? Isn't that interesting? I forgot to wear short sleeves, and that's how I ended up sitting with my top off at the Rockwall Library. Surrounded by male retirees. That is just in your bra, just straight up in your bra. Sarah, that's probably not even your sluttiest story, is it? I get that. I think that you have an edge. I see it. I feel it. I don't know. I don't know you personally, but I feel like you got an edge on you. I did see that in, it was either Fort Worth or Denton. I don't remember where it was. It was one of the surrounding areas here. They actually had to put in the rules, like, if you show up with no clothes, basically, if you show up nude, we are not going to serve you. Like they had to make, every rule has a reason. So someone showed up naked, and naked is, like I said yesterday, is different than naked. Naked is just no clothes on. Naked is no clothes on and up to no good. Someone showed up naked to get their vaccine. So, and Amy Wells, hey girl, I almost got an appointment this morning, but Tyler was the closest I got. Yeah, you have to like just search the towns. Alvarado usually has some, which is just south of Fort Worth. Greenville has them a lot as well. I'm trying to think of where else you can look. Stephenville sometimes does, although I think the word is out about Stephenville because it's a straight shot down 67 from Dallas, and it's real easy to get to from here because they've been filling up a lot as well. And then, I had someone tell me, they were like, oh, we're so grateful for it, but I'm a little bit guilty that I'm getting it. I'm a little bit guilty that I'm getting it. I'm like, get over that fucking guilt. It's not like you're cutting the line. Again, I don't know how you're answering the questions, but if you're answering the questions truthfully and they still make the appointment available to you, or this person actually didn't even get it through me. They just got a call from UT Southwestern. They got a call last night that they needed to be there this afternoon, by the way. I don't know how that works for normal working people, but she was able to make it work. But she got a call yesterday afternoon that she was up, or yesterday evening that she at like 9:30, that they were up today at like 4:00. And she was like, I feel a little bit guilty because she's like in her upper 30s or something. And I'm like, girl, get over that guilt. I was like, you didn't make the rules. You did not. The only qualification at this point is that you have an appointment. At this point, I mean, if you answered those questions and they told you that you're up. So get over the guilt. It is not. And you're helping stop it. Who knows if you're stopping it in their tracks. And if you're a little fluffy, get the damn shot. Let me tell you, the definition obese is very offensive, but in this case, it's very beneficial. If you have a BMI of 30 or greater, which Sandy said it on the show yesterday, and I finally looked it up, I'm like, fuck. Like I think I came up with a BMI of like 26 or something. And I'm gay obese, that's for sure. But like straight obese, I'm not straight obese for sure. And but I'm like, how am I that close? And literally, it is just your weight. You look up a chart for BMI. It's your weight and your height. And if it's over 30, you are considered clinically obese, and you qualify. You are in group 1B. Aaron is saying, Hunger Games 2021, fend for yourself. Fend for yourself. Yes, exactly. And Michelle, my friend Charlotte is thrilled that she's considered too fluffy and was able to schedule her shot for today. Yes. And no one is guilty. Beth is saying, no guilt at all. First time in my life, I was thrilled not to be at a good. We are being rewarded for our bad choices. That is what is happening right now. And I am okay with that. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Jody drove by my house today on the way to the Branda Club and saw my Easter wreath. Did I make it? I did not. I wish I made it. It is, so my Easter wreath it's like this big. It's huge. It goes from edge to edge of the door. The rabbit in the middle there's a rabbit in the middle of it. It's 2 feet tall. And I decided to put it up. I was like, you know what? We're close enough. Easter's gonna be here before you know it. I think Easter is really early. Isn't it like April 2nd or something this year? April 4th. It's like that very like 1, 2, 3, 4, some one of those days of the month. So I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time. So Beth is looking forward to the cute fireman stabbing her. Oh, I need to tell you something. I have to say this quietly because I don't want him hearing me say it. But we're in the car today. So, I got the haircut. I went to a different hairdresser. I've only been to one. So Tegan has cut my hair since 1994. She's not coming in town anymore because of COVID. And I actually am not sure she's coming back. We'll see what happens. So I went to this guy down the street from me here at the salon, and I went to him once and I got like this like oogie feeling from him. And then Todd started cutting my hair after that. And Todd did a really good job, by the way. I was told today that it was one of the best like at-home haircuts. But this guy kind of gave me an oogie feeling. So I went to this woman named Melissa Tillison, something like that. She was referred to by friends, lesbian, all that stuff. Great. My current hairdresser, or Tegan, is a lesbian also. So obviously that's my thing. And I was telling the kids were like, well, why didn't you go back to that other guy? And I was like, I don't know. He gave me like a creepy feeling. Like, I don't know, he just asked like weird questions and stuff. Mason, without skipping a beat, goes, did he ask if you have a big dick? I kid you. I was like, and I'm driving, I'm like, how, what? And I almost wrecked the car. I was like, how? I mean, I know I have a mouth, but I don't talk like that. Like, that's just vulgar. I'm like, where did you learn that? He's like, I saw it on one of the shows that we watch or something. I'm like, we need to be careful about what shows you're watching. But then I laughed my ass off because it was comedic gold. And if you can make me laugh and if it's good timing and all of that, you get a pass. So that is a blessing and a curse in this household. Sometimes things, I haven't even told Todd that yet, by the way. So hopefully he's not watching this at the moment. So Good Friday is the 2nd of April, and the 4th is Easter, I am told. And Brooke needs pictures of it. I'm hoping you're talking about the Easter wreath. I don't know. I've covered some other things that some people might want pictures of since then. I think it's very similar to when flight attendants tell you in the event of emergency to secure your mask before helping others with theirs. 100%. I agree with that. And Michelle audibly gasped at Mason's comment, I know, and Amy would have wrecked the car. Yeah, and I would be lying if I said that that was the most shocking thing that was said in my car, but yeah. Okay, so there is a social media thing going around now declaring March 10th let me get it right. Send your kids to school mask-free day. So the people who are wanting to get rid of all the masks are trying to organize on Friday, the March the 10th, and I'm not publicizing it here. I'm just making you aware of it so that you can help fight the idiocy and stupidity that this is. People think that they, as an act of defiance, are going to drop their kids off at school on March the 10th with no masks on as a public statement. That's about to be national, you better watch your own damn kids day is what that's about to be. No, that's not going to happen. And also, how shitty to put your kids in that situation. Like, that's not their fight. Like, if I were to send my kids, I mean, our school is really strict about it, and everyone is totally on board with it. But, like, if someone were to send their, like, 5th grader to school, that's not their fight to fight. And you're asking them to be defiant. And also, aren't all of these people who are so like against the masks and everything, isn't this the same Law and Order crowd? Like the same ones who are like, it's okay to protest, but you got to follow the rules. You got to respect authority. You have to blah, blah, blah. Well, what happened to that now? Okay, we see. A little buffet. You're going to pick and choose the things that you want to eat, but leave the disgusting liver and onions for everybody else. I get it. And my sister's saying, and when they walk in, they will be handed a disposable mask. Yeah, they may not. That actually is a great plan for the schools if they end up doing that. Schools just buy a couple extra masks. When the kids walk in, the parents can't come in with them, so the kids walk in with no mask, and the parents are like, "Yeah, we got them." As soon as they walk in, I like it. Beth is infuriated by that. Can you imagine doing that? Um, so, and then I started laughing today about something. I don't remember who said it. I started laughing today about someone called me an influencer, and I'm like, oh no, it was Sarah, I think. Weren't you the one that's like, this is going to be your legacy? I think you messaged me or texted me this earlier. This is going to be your legacy. Like you're the ultimate influencer, and I am like, I don't know that the like of 2020, the 2020s. Let's put it the decade of the 2020s. Is if it's my decade of influence, I'm not sure I like what I'm peddling. So far, I'm peddling RVs. Okay, I can get on board with that. I'm okay with that. Air fryers, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. CBD pills and gummies, okay, I'm okay. I guess I'm okay with that. Some fancy mixed nuts, first class nuts that you can buy from what was it called? I don't even remember the store's called anymore. I should remember that. An Ina Garten salmon recipe. Like these are the things that y'all are asking me for these days. And now vaccines. Like vaccines. Like these are, I mean, I guess if you're gonna have influences, these are the good things to have influence about. But I thought it would be more about fashion and travel and fun stuff like that, not RVs. I thought I would be like the influencers who all talk like this, like y'all, you have to get this candle. I did candles too, Bath and Body Works candles as well. So yeah. What else do you want me to talk about? Let me see. I have a list over here because I ran out of things I wrote down. Um, Update on the RV situation. It's a Monaco. We're looking at a new RV, a diesel pusher. Another phrase I never thought I would say, diesel pusher. A Monaco is the brand. I don't know what else about it. It has a bunk. It's in Tampa, Florida. Todd flew out there yesterday or 2 nights ago, and then came back yesterday, and we put a official deposit on it today. So we're gonna get it inspected, figure out the financing. How do you get a fucking RV from? I mean, you drive it, but from Tampa to Dallas without it being a trip in and of itself. So I don't know. Um, Traveling to the next vaccine location, yes. And uh, Valerie saying, nope, influencers wear large hats to brunch. Sorry, Cooper. I don't go to brunch. I actually have realized that I don't even like restaurants that much anymore. They're expensive, they're loud, the food's not as good as I cook it, and the wine is really expensive, and I have to put on pants. I don't know about that. I'm not real big on that. Leslie wants to know what I think about Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview. That's this weekend, right? That's on Sunday. So I think that I have sympathy for Harry, and I have sympathy for him for this reason. He did not choose this life. He was born into it. It would be different if it were like Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus and all that kind of thing, like I don't know why they're the first ones that came to mind, other than the fact that Miley Cyrus is Dolly Parton's goddaughter. But I don't know, like Billy Ray's other kids, first of all, I don't know if he has other kids. And secondly, are they in show business? Like they would have a choice to be in it. Same with like any of the other celebrities, right? The celebrity families, they can choose whether or not to be in the business, be in the front of the business, the back of the business, or whatever. The royals don't have that choice, and you are like required. If you're the firstborn, I mean, even for William, I feel like that is a huge burden to put on a child. There was that scene from The Crown, which is fiction, but it is a fictionalized version of real events. That the Queen Elizabeth, when she was talking about, or the character playing Queen Elizabeth was talking about her children, she was like, I have a king and I have two children, because the first child is not hers. So Charles was not her child in the sense that she did not get to pick everything about him. He had to go to the right schools. He had to go to certain types of grooming. He was a public servant, and the other kids got a break, right? Harry is the same, although Harry didn't get quite the same break because social media and all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't know. I feel badly for them. I think that they have every right to break away. Now, there are some things that I do think that, like, if you're breaking away, you can't kind of. I mean, he's kind of pregnant on this thing. Like he's wanting to break away, but he still wants all the trappings of it. So I don't know how that works, but we'll see. Um, Michelle is saying negotiate into the deal that they have deliver it at no cost to you to Texas. I know Todd's probably thought of that. I have learned incompetence, so this is the key to my marriage, and Todd knows this, is that even though I know how to do things, I feign ignorance and I pretend I don't know how to do certain things anymore, or I'm just, oh, math, oh, don't make me do math, that kind of stuff, even though I'm like a fucking genius at math. Because I don't want, I am of the things like you're responsible for what you're responsible for. I'm responsible what I'm responsible for. Let's not play in each other's sandboxes. I think that's how I run my business. I think that that's the key to a lot of things. And this is him. I was like, he came in today and he was like, well, what do you think about this and all that stuff? Do you think this is the right choice? I was like, if you think it's the right choice, I think it's the right choice. Well, what about this? I was like, I trust that you have crunched the numbers. And I'm not saying this in a dismissive way. I actually truly believe that he has crunched the numbers, that it is a good deal if he thinks it's a good deal, that we should do this if he thinks we should do this. My car's paid off now, all that kind of stuff. So we got the extra cash again. But anyway, Carrie's saying, oh my God, can you teach me how to do this? Because I'm a fixer and I can't stand to watch some people do things incorrectly. And if I know how to, or if I know they're going to create more work, you just had to let go and let God. Like that is literally, it's the serenity prayer. And also just sometimes, here's the thing that I learned that was a hard lesson. Most people don't appreciate my 95%. Most people are okay with 80%. And if I can get other people to do about 85, 90%, I'm a rock star, right? And so that is, and it's just easier. Ultimately, it's easier, less stressful to let people do things. I'm a fixer too normally, but I have had to get out of that. There's too many, you only have so many tabs open, right? So that's that. Can I answer your Meghan and Harry Oprah interview? They're really great friends with Oprah too. I think Oprah, I know she was at their wedding, and then I think that they live really close to her in Montecito now. I mean, everything's close together in Montecito. If you've ever been there, it's like this town of Addison. It's like, well, nothing like Addison, but it is like 8 square miles or something like that. Let's see here. Anything else that y'all are asking, want to know? Monica's saying that their school has mass available daily. Because our house is one stop sign away from the school. Like literally, stop sign, make a turn, and the school is like 2 blocks up right there. And my kids even forget all the time. I have extras in my car, or I've had to turn around and go home. I can't imagine if you live out in the sticks and had to drive 20 miles just to get to town, how frustrating it would be not to have that. And I like the way you talk, Carrie. You make a good point. People like us, our level is done right is not everyone's. My coworkers and I were saying that it's just us communications folks. Yep. And agreed, Carrie, we can learn from Cooper. I need this guidance in my relationships. Relationships, it's really important. Let people have swim lanes. Let them do it. A big lesson is that we have started having the kids do all of the dishes. So they have to load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher. Well, it is really hard to watch somebody load a dishwasher in a way that you would not load it, or the way you would load it, or in a way different than the way you would load it. I don't know. My English is failing me all of a sudden. That is a really, really, of the things that they do, I'm like, you can't do it that way. But I've had to, I'm like, it's fine. If they don't fill it up all the way, they got to hand wash the stuff that's left. If they overload it and stuff's not clean, they got to rerun it. And then one of them loads it, one of them puts it away, and then the next week it switches. Friday at midnight is when it switches. But you can't get out of loading the dishwasher Friday night and saving it for the Saturday morning person. If you did not load it Friday night, it is still your responsibility Saturday morning. Anyway, and that parenting tip provided by all the beginning actors who don't have a clue about anything will contact me and ask me questions. Unfortunately, I try to answer them. I tried not to care, but it's futile. I've started doing with the kids, well, what do you think? What do you think the answer is? Do you have, and this is another thing. I actually, even with my staff, my team at work, I have a thing where I don't like answering questions. I would rather help improve a recommendation. So if you come to me with a problem, I would like for you to say, hey, this happened. Here's what I think should happen next, or here's what I think we could do to solve it. Here is the response I would like to send. And then at that point, I can say, I can see where you're coming from. However, how about we do it this way? Or that's great. Maybe tweak it this way, or go for it. Like it's a hard thing, but just what do you think we should do? How should do? I don't want to be the solver, the fixer. Because you know what happens? You end up fixing everything. And then you're stressed. The dishwasher kills me. I have been that person after I've been invited to a house party who has reloaded the host dishwasher. Yeah. Just that's so cute. That's so quirky. That's so Carrie. That's so Carrie. Alrighty. But then she's like, oh, she's making up for it. But then, hey, I'm cleaning, so you get what you get. Dishwasher lesson. Now let me start an argument. Time's up. Yeah, time's up. Alrighty. Well, with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. Don't forget, by the way, before I get rid of you, if you haven't already, text hot tip. And your friends and family can do this too. They don't have to know me. To this number, 214-949-8599, 214-949-8599. And what I will do is I will add you to when I send out hot tips on vaccine availability. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes I'll see a big batch and I'm like, go for it, go for it. Sometimes I don't see anything, and so I don't send out anything. I usually in the morning, I will tell you, you will probably get a text from me most mornings at about 6:15, 6:15, because that is the prime time, bitches. I'm like, go for it. I won't say bitches on the text in case your mama subscribed to it. I say it in front of my mama. She's watching right now. But alrighty. Let me let you go. Tomorrow's Friday. How did that happen? Tomorrow's Friday. Yay! So I will see you tomorrow. Don't shoot yourself to death. In the meantime, don't feel guilty if you got a COVID shot or if you got an appointment. Eric, by the way, is not watching right now because he is actually getting a COVID shot in Alvarado, Texas today. Yay! He's a teacher. And all the teachers and staff and stuff are available to get it now too. So with that, I'm going to say bye. I will see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. Should I say bye?